Red Dead Online has 4 amazing repeaters that players can use to complete missions to earn money and gold, or use in combat in free roam wars, or they can even use them competitively in showdown matches. And they're all completely unique, and that may have players wondering what their best options are for certain combat situations in game. After all, there's a lot to take into account with these weapons, like damage, DPS, time to kill, fire rate, reload speed, accuracy, bloom size, and more. And today on the show, we will be doing a deep dive on each repeater in Red Dead Online and ranking them from worst to best. So if you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you'd like to stay up to date with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. Before we jump into our ranking list, I do want to preface this video with a few disclaimers. Each one of these weapons are really good at doing their own things, so when it comes to finding the best one, I'm using a poll that I put out to which 38,000 players responded to and voted on the repeater that they think is best in Red Dead Online. The results of this poll determine the repeater rankings. However, I do want to stress that a low-ranked weapon does not necessarily mean it's bad, and I am ranking weapons in this particular way because at least this way takes into account over 38,000 unique player inputs as opposed to an arbitrary list created solely by me. And so with that said, we'll still be breaking down all of the stats of each one of these repeaters that have been compiled through rigorous testing, typically with each stat being tested 10 times or more to ensure complete accuracy and to have the most data available to rank these weapons. The last time I did this ranking list of best repeaters, it was way back in September of 2019, and I had a lot less data to work with, so the information was not as comprehensive and full as it will be in this video. So with that said, let's get into our official ranking list. Starting off at number 4, we have the Carbine repeater. This is quote unquote the worst repeater in the game, with only 3% of 38,000 poll respondents voting saying it was their top choice. And this repeater can be unlocked instantly out of the prologue for $90, and it deals 37.25 damage within its optimal range. It has the smallest ammo capacity out of all repeaters in the game. It's just barely more accurate than the Litchfield repeater. Low ammo capacity means more frequent reloads in this game, and that is where the Carbine really shines because of its tube-style reload mechanism and animation. Reloading your weapon is only one important component of gunfights and putting shots downrange, however, and so overall I do think that this is the weakest link of them all, and so I recommend swapping it out for basically any other repeater as soon as you unlock them, as they're all more practical and more useful and more effective than the Carbine repeater. Being number 4 on our list doesn't mean that this isn't a fun weapon to use, but if you're looking for absolute meta, there are other more effective options out there. So like I said, the damage is 37.25. The fire rate that we'll be using for this video isn't typically rounds per minute, just because these are repeaters and they fire a lot slower than automatic weapons of today. We'll just be taking into account the time it takes to basically dump every single shot downrange and then begin to reload. And so the fire rate for the Carbine repeater is 4.15 seconds. The DPS is a value of 54. The time to kill with the Carbine repeater with a player with 120 health is 2.07 seconds. Your optimal range is going to be between 15 and 38 meters. Your max range with this weapon is 76 meters, and your max lock-on range is 61 meters, and this weapon has a reload speed of 1.5 seconds. Next, we have the Litchfield repeater. 8% of users voted this repeater as the best in Red Dead Online. This is the most expensive repeater in the game, and it costs $348 to purchase, plus you need to be level 18 or higher for this weapon to be unlocked at the gunsmith. This repeater deals 53.25 damage, and it's extremely inaccurate compared to the other repeaters that we'll be talking about today. It's unfortunate, but you could definitely see the evidence of this during some of my live gameplays, because if you watch this channel consistently, from time to time in my gameplays, I may miss almost point blank shots despite me being on target, and it's just because the bloom circle with the Litchfield repeater is still so wide that if you don't give it about a second to close in fully for like the most accurate shot possible, it's something that is not necessarily advised. If you're rushing around during a mission, you're still just not going to get that most accurate shot. And so a newer player or a newer free aim player, for example, may find it difficult for them to land their shots, but the damage on this repeater is unmatched. It's worth the purchase, as all weapons are. However, you may find that this repeater requires you to use Paint It Black as a Deadeye ability card, as some ranges at 40 plus steps or about 80 plus feet in the game, when other repeaters could just stay on target just fine, but this one struggles. So again, the Litchfield repeater deals 53.25 damage. It has a fire rate to dump all 16 rounds of 12 seconds. It has a DPS value of 67. The time to kill is 1.6 seconds. The Litchfield has an optimal range of 15 to 38 meters, a maximum range of 76 meters, a maximum lock-on range of 61 meters, and a reload speed of 5.0 14.75 seconds. After that, for number 2, we have the Evans repeater, which was voted by 10% of players as the best repeater in the game. This repeater can be unlocked as early as level 1, granted you have the $300 to spend, and the reason this weapon has an immediate unlock rank is because it was the first DLC weapon that was added to Red Dead Online in the February 2019 1.06 title update, and it was drip fed on March 5th for the event week back then. This repeater deals 42.55 damage, and it is slightly less accurate than the Lancaster repeater, but it does hold 26 rounds, which is almost double the 14 held by the Lancaster. In PvE, it's not a bad trade-off, as ammo count could be more important in lots of situations than just good accuracy, but expect a long reload time if you fire all 26 rounds with the Evans. I always get a kick out of the reload animation too, because it looks like your character is doing one big guitar solo while they reload their Evans repeater. Overall, I find this one almost on par with our number 1 best repeater that we'll be getting into next. There are clear differences between the Carbine and the Litchfield, whereas with the Evans and the number 1 repeater, I find there to be a lot more nuance to their stats. So again, to reiterate, the damage with the Evans is 42.55. The fire rate of this weapon takes 18.75 seconds to shoot all 26 rounds before you reload. We have a DPS value of 57. The time to kill is 2.25 seconds. The optimal range with this weapon is 15 to 38 meters with a max range of 76 meters and a maximum lock-on range of 59 meters, and this weapon has a reload speed of 9.5 seconds. And finally, we have the Lancaster repeater at number 1, voted by a whopping 79% of the 38,000 poll respondents as the best repeater in Red Dead Online. And you can unlock this repeater at level 12, and it costs $243. This repeater holds 14 rounds, and it's definitely one of the highest rated repeaters in Red Dead Online according to most players across any community you'll come into. Being my personal favorite as well, the Lancaster deals 42.55 damage, and it has the greatest accuracy of any weapon in the repeater class. That stat alone makes it much more reliable than the Litchfield repeater and Carbine repeater because they both have a considerably worse accuracy in comparison, and I consider the Lancaster the jack of all trades. Great ammo capacity, great fire rate, great reload speed, fantastic range, great damage range, and more, and while it doesn't excel in any one category, it surely holds up in every single one overall, and this is the obvious choice for any outlaw playing the game. But if we want to get a bit more technical, we can see the Lancaster has the following statistics, which all prove this repeater is top of its class for every in-game situation. So again, 42.55 damage, it takes 9.3 seconds to fire all 14 rounds with this weapon, it has a DPS value of 60, your time to kill with the Lancaster is 2.13 seconds, the Lancaster has an optimal range of 15 to 38 meters with a maximum range of 76 meters and a maximum lock-on range of 61 meters, and your reload speed with this weapon is 4.1 seconds. So there you have it, all 4 repeaters in Red Dead Online ranked from worst to best. This list reflects the votes and the results of my poll asking viewers of my channel which repeater in Red Dead Online they think is best. Best can be completely subjective, so this was my method of adding some objectivity to a list such as this. The results of this poll, combined with the showcase stats and performance of each of these repeaters, I think paints a pretty clear picture of what weapon you should be choosing for certain in-game situations, and if you're looking for the absolute meta repeater in Red Dead Online, now you know the Lancaster will be your best option. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section though. What do you think is the best repeater in Red Dead Online? And if you were to rank these 4 repeaters in the game, would your list be similar to the one in this video? Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.